Hello, everyone, and welcome to Void Jumpers Flame Sand. Welcome to Void Jumpers Sand and Flame. I'm Jesse Keeter, your diviner and host. I'm on my game tonight. Not going to be making any more mistakes. That was the only one. Just got it out of the way. Good evening. Happy day after Thanksgiving. Happy Black Friday. Hope everybody's having a great time getting trampled at Walmart. Okay, let me just read through some stuff. Good evening. Welcome to our limited run of Void Jumpers, Sand and Flame. Check. I'm your diviner and host, Jesse Lee Keeter. Check. And I'm very excited to be here with you tonight. I didn't even need to read that because I feel it. Okay, this is important. The rule set we'll be using tonight is an incredibly elegant game designed by Jeremy Strandberg, and it's called Homebrew World. We're going to drop a link for you in chat. This is based on Dungeon World and powered by the Apocalypse, and it's one of my all-time favorites lately. I've been trying to play it with everybody because it's just very accommodating. You can pick it up, play it. It's very character-driven, very story-driven, and it allows you to play a game that you want to play that isn't hemmed in too much by rules, but there's enough there to give you some stuff to work with. That's all I got. Let's bring in the cast. Hello, everyone.
Oh, hi.
Hello. Hey, guys.
Very happy to see you. How was your Black Friday?
Lazy.
Forgot about it was Black Friday. I just ate leftovers.
Sleepy Friday. I got my flu shot and booster shot on Wednesday, so I woke up 20 minutes ago.
Oh, no. Feeling invincible?
No.
Okay.
I'm here, aren't I?
You are. Okay. Speaking of feeling invincible, that's all we're going to do for now. We're going to get into this game. We left off on some cliffhanger-y type of stuff. A lot of big changes happen. This is the penultimate episode of our limited run of Void Jumpers, Sand and Flame. Welcome. Leo, roll that thing. Last week, we experienced a harrowing fight in the heart of the sewer. After following a blood-soaked secret hallway, messing around with some internal organs, and making a mockery of forensic science. Oh, and uncovering a magical key, our heroes faced off against a giant and ruthless tentacle monster, and they were victorious. With caveats. Both Waz and Dill were struck down during the fight and came face to face with their mortality. In the realm of shadow, they were greeted by the skull-faced necromancer, and both of them were offered a deal, which they could accept with a few consequences and return to life, or otherwise perish forever. They both accepted. Waz now has the ability to use and understand blood magic. And Dill has opened herself up to the possibility, though it is slim, that the shadow of death will appear when she fails at casting a spell. Where last we left off. Oh, I should also mention that Bako just waltzed through that fight, was lopping off tentacles, saved Cleo from drowning, really had no trouble just beating a boss almost single-handedly. But where last we left off, Cleo, too, had found herself in the realm of shadows after being struck down in the battle, and in the presence of the skull-faced necromancer, who was indeed having a very busy night. Cleo, we're going to start with you. Just to set the scene here, I believe we described this place as a limitless expanse of darkness. And a ways away from you, there was a large wrought iron fence and gate, behind which there were tombstone, sarcophagus, mausoleums, etc., scattered around, but not in grass, just there.
Mhm.
Walking out of this place is the skull-faced necromancer, wrapped in black robes with pieces of bone adorning them, some armor. One of their hands, which you cut off, is a gilded skeletal hand, fully articulated, that seems to be glowing with some sort of power.
That I cut off?
Yeah, you snuck up behind them in the very first session and sliced off their hand.
Great, that's the guy I'm dealing with?
Yeah.
Okay.
He is standing in front of you and says, Cleo, a pleasure.
Yeah. It's a little weird that I'm here with you. What happened?
Oh, you died.
What?
Not officially. You are in a transitional space, so there are still some decisions that need to be made, but it is more accurate to say that you are on the precipice of death. And we're going to resolve that issue now.
I instantly look around to see if there's any kind of like locks or trapdoors or anything like that.
Why don't you roll discern realities? That will be plus wisdom.
12.
Wow. Do you have the little basic moves list nearby?
Starting moves? I have starting moves.
This would be more of your basic it's like the catch-all. It's got aid, defy danger, discern realities, that kind of list.
Oh, no, I don't. Send out triggering moves? Background?
No. You can ask me 3 questions about this space
Okay.
as you steal a glance around you expertly with a 12.
Is there anything hidden here?
From where you're standing, you look down and see that your feet do not seem to be touching anything at all, though you can feel ground beneath you. There's nothing nearby. You can see that there is a bit more going on behind the iron fence, where the graves might be, but you're not sure if there's anything hidden there. You would need to enter the graveyard in order to find out.
Do I have a physical form here?
You do. You look down and you see that you are you. Kind of the construct from the Matrix situation. You see yourself cleaner than you were in the sewers. You are wearing, you are your ideal self. What is Cleo's perfect presentation here?
Cleo's perfect presentation.
Residual self-image, as they call it in the
Right. I think Cleo is her best when she's in disguise and entertaining.
All right. If you were in disguise right now, what would it be?
What would I be right now? I would have my hair tied back in a ponytail, and I would have like a fisherman's sort of cap that comes down like this, and a little tiny little mustache.
Okay.
And like fishing like rubber, those things that go over
Waiters.
Waiters.
Yeah.
Okay, so you first look around to see if there's anything hidden. Doesn't appear to be. Then you realize, do I have a physical form here? And you look down to see that you are in your fisherman's disguise, and you touch the mustache is there, the hat is there. What is your third question?
Do I see an exit that goes back the way I came?
No, there is no visible doors of any kind. You do not see something leading to somewhere else or coming from anywhere else. You just appeared here.
Okay.
The necromancer says, I know you're surprised that I would recognize you, but these illusions that you're using to make yourself feel more comfortable do not necessarily work on me.
Rats.
You are, however, an anomaly, Cleo. Or you're
Me?
a thief, but your greed seems to have no drive. You are good at what you do, but for what purpose?
I have purpose.
What is that purpose, Cleo?
Why should I tell you? Wait, is this how I get out?
I'm going to offer you a bargain, but
Okay.
before I do, I'd like to know a little bit more about you.
Well, so I lost my parents when I was 4, and I got picked up by a traveling carnival, and there was a bunch of us orphans as a part of it, and we did a performance for the Fire Summoners Palace, and they stiffed us. They were supposed to pay us each 50 gold piece. That was enough for me to start a life, and they just didn't care, and we never got paid. And so I decided from then on that I was going to liberate things from people like them, and I was going to start my own orphanage where orphans can be fed and housed and safe.
Interesting. That is why you found yourself in the employ of someone?
Well, yeah. How better to get close to their riches?
And to protect their riches
Yeah, exactly.
from everyone else.
But me.
Wonderful. So how is the orphanage?
What orphanage? I haven't built it yet. This is my last job. If I can get paid from this, and if I can get 1 gem, that'll be enough for me to put the down payment on the building.
Okay. Interesting. So, your goal is to right all of the wrongs that were done to you.
Well, and to go forward and make sure that other orphans that are like me aren't starving and having to do ridiculous performances for rich people who don't pay.
Cleo, there will be a high cost to leave this place. You understand that if you do not accept my bargain, whatever it is, you will die.
Okay.
He gestures to the graveyard behind, and there is a spot of light that shines down from somewhere above. When you look up, you can't even see the source of it. There's just darkness up there, and then all of a sudden there's a beam of light. And there's a tombstone. It's a little bit too far away, and he says, I know you can't read that from here, so it kind of lessens the dramatic reveal, but your name's on that tombstone.
I like make the binoculars. I'm like,
If you squint, you can kind of see it says Cleo Snook.
you forgot the accent on the E. I reject it.
I gave all of your friends who recently passed through this way the very same opportunity. Unfortunately, these kinds of things really only get offered once. If I allowed everybody to cheat death, I wouldn't really stay in business for long.
Okay. Why are you allowing me to cheat death?
Well, there are certain things that I cannot accomplish on my own. And by helping you or your friends, I am able to put pieces in play, which may or may not help me in the long run.
So I'm bargaining with the person that has created this whole mess that I got hired for.
Yes.
That's pretty convoluted, but okay.
Well, to be fair, I don't think they knew I was coming when they hired you.
Oh. Yeah, you really made a mess of things. What'd you do with the summoner?
I'm not going to tell you any of that, I don't think.
Okay.
Cleo, there's a few things that I need. I think Waz is going to help me get them. I've given him everything he needs to be tempted by the same power which rules me. He's gonna resist, but I don't know for how long, and there's a chance he'll succeed, in which case, so be it. Dill, while I do not have as much control over, has the potential to open the door for any number of things that will aid me in the long run. It will be up to her whether or not she can keep a grip on her magic. Otherwise, portals to this place will be opening left and right. But you, like I said, are an anomaly. Because I don't believe you when you tell me what it is you want, but I don't think I need to. I need something from you. Now, I've given you what you need to find me. This place here is a veil. The form with which you are conversing is a projection of you. Your mortal soul and the body that inhabits it resides in the sewers. It is clinging to life. All I need to do is allow you to return, and you will be back. If I have you walk through these gates into the cemetery, that connection will break, and you will be here for real. But what I need is to have a little meeting with one of your friends in person.
Which friend?
Well, you see, there's something very wonderful about necromancy. It is an antithesis to magic. It feeds on everything that makes magic possible, and because it feeds on byproducts, the more magic that is used, the more fuel that is available for necromancy. And there's nothing more potent than blood. But even then, there are degrees. Now, purity is prized within the necromantic community. And it is a rarity within the necromantic community, as you might imagine, as very few of us could be considered pure. But I do believe there is one among you who might be the purest of them all.
Anne Boleyn?
No! Though I also get a kick out of Anne Boleyn.
He's
No.
the purest person I've ever met.
I speak of Vico.
Vico?
Vico.
I wouldn't have pegged him as pure. Dutiful, yeah. But okay.
Each blow he wields in battle is enriched by the light of the gods themselves. Every glance of his blow is radiant. There is no purer source of power than that of the gods themselves. And Vico is a remnant of a fallen civilization. Vico is a throwback to a place that was of white light and clarity. And Vico is on a path of vengeance set down by the gods themselves, or so I've been led to believe by those who make the decisions. There was nothing I could do to tempt Vico.
Well, then why do you want to meet? You're not going to hurt him, are you?
There's plenty I could do to tempt you. What
I
do
don't
you
know
want,
about that.
Leo? Name your price.
I. Hmm. Wait, but you're not going to hurt Vico, right?
I could lie to you, I suppose, if it'll make you feel better.
You want me to lie to him to set up a meeting with you so you can kill him?
I just need you to bring him to the empty tomb.
We're going there anyway.
Yes, but while Vico carries his shield, there is very little I can do.
Okay. Can you bless my dagger with a power?
What power?
I would like whoever it strikes will be confronted with who they are to the core.
Easy.
Okay.
Consider it done. In return, you will ensure that Vico enters the empty tomb without his shield.
Without his shield? Okay.
A pleasure doing business with you, Cleo.
And I hold out my hand to shake his hand.
He takes your hand, and when he does, you feel your entire arm grow numb. And then that numbness goes away, and you're met with a freezing pain to the point where it cripples you and you drop down to a knee. And he says, it should be, and he's squeezing your hand now with his skeletal one. And he says, it should be obvious that if you betray me, your life is forfeit.
Okay. Well, let me get this straight. I just have to get Vico to show up to the empty tomb without his shield. That's it.
He needs to enter the empty tomb without his shield.
Got it.
Okay. And with that, he reaches towards your head as though he's going to bless you, and then says, in order for me to have the kind of power over you that I would need to kill you in an instant, I will need a small piece of assurance. And then he reaches in and very slowly and deliberately pushes his fingers into your eye socket
Ow.
and pulls, and you are awake.
Do I still have an eye?
When you wake up, your dagger is laying in your lap. And when you look down at it, you can tell it is a bit strange. And when you feel your face, your left eye is missing.
Is my mustache gone?
You are no longer in the fisherman's costume.
Okay.
You are back in the sewers, covered in filth, and you gasp. The rest of you hear Cleo come to.
Oh, that was weird. Am I alive
Leo, can you hear us?
still?
Yeah, it's me. Girl. Oh my God.
See very
Where-
well.
Leo, where did you take your op to? Like, it's not in there anymore. Open your socket. Oh God, it's gone.
It's bloodless too. It's just
Shoot.
a healed socket, no eye.
Oh no.
Dang.
Does anyone have an eye patch?
No.
I could make one from my robes.
Would you mind? This is kind of embarrassing.
Okay.
Thanks.
I use some of the sleeve, and cut it, and maybe keep a gem in the middle part of it so that she can actually wrap it around and the gem is sitting there.
Okay. No roll necessary. You now have a bedazzled eye patch, Cleo.
Got you, girl.
Sweet. Thank you. I've been meaning to ask this. Do you have a wife? Or a husband? A partner?
No,
Raz?
this is the place to ask that.
Why not? No time like the present.
There's like tentacles just strewn all over the floor. There's slime and blood everywhere.
Yeah, I'm like pulling, like the layers of slime off me. Like, if I had one, they'd be here helping me get all this gook off.
Okay. And then I look over to Dill and I'm like trying to wink, but it looks terrible because I'm missing an eye.
And I'm like behind her, in between her and Waz. I'm like dancing and jumping up and down.
Wait. Well, now what do? We don't have the key anymore.
The last you saw of it, it was into the water.
Oh. Does anyone have goggles or snorkel?
No. I hate this job. Mako's gonna dive in.
Okay. Let's get a strength check at disadvantage because of the armor.
Yeah. I can get to my dice. Come on. There we go.
This is just going to set the tone for how well you're swimming.
14.
Finding the key will be. What was that?
14.
I don't think you can fail a strength check, is what we've learned. Yeah, you are going to be able to swim just fine. You dive into the water, but it is murky and deep, and you start kicking down. And it does take some time, but you manage to get to the bottom here. You can feel you've got a little bit of time. You rolled a 14, so you got down there fast, and the armor's helping you in this regard. But it was deep. You will need to discern realities in order to find this key. It is also pitch black.
Is my shield not shining?
I guess you never really turned it off. It is
No.
still shining. So you do have a spotlight.
Discern reality is wisdom, right?
Yes.
That is going to be a 11.
Oh, okay. You try to aim for the middle of this well because that's where the creature was and where the key fell. And when you get to the bottom, you can see that it is sitting dead center. And everything around it seems to have been pushed away as though it hit the bottom with a great weight and a little shock wave happened. But you are able to snatch it up and start kicking back towards the top with no real trouble, with 2 full successes for strength and perception. I think you're going to be okay. And Viko pops out of the water holding the key.
So, whose idea was to throw this again?
Oh.
Why?
Because that's where I'd wanted to go. We were following it the whole time.
Did it help the situation?
It brought us to this creature. We were all keen on following it from the beginning.
Can one of you remove the waste that is covering me and my armor?
Sure, I can clean you. Just like
Thank
I
you.
cleaned Waz. Remember that, Waz? That was good. Okay, so then I like get all my crystals and my herbs and I'm crushing them.
Mm-hmm.
And then I go over and start flicking it all over. Do I need to roll for this?
Yeah, so this will just be
Oh.
use magic. So you're going to roll to cast a spell. It'll be
Okay.
2d6 plus wisdom.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
And you all watch as the crystals start to sparkle with arcane light. They cling for just a moment to Viko and then fall to the ground, taking all of the slime with them. Viko, you're now standing in a sparkling puddle, but otherwise clean and dry.
Thank you.
Anytime.
Where do we go from here?
Did you see any clues down there in the water?
I was looking for a key, nothing else. Did I see anything else in the water?
No, there wasn't much. It looked like when you were down there, as though the bottom of this well was the equivalent of like an aquatic nest for whatever this thing was. There was mounds and waste and bones, but it just was where this thing lived.
There was a nest for this thing and nothing else.
Why would this key have led us here? To that?
I don't know. And I worry that the answer is going to require me to dive back down there. Where is this key supposed to lead us?
Is it
Anyone
like,
have a guess?
is it doing that thing again where it's trying to like take you somewhere? Can you set it on the ground and see if it goes anywhere?
I'm gonna set it on the ground. Actually, do we have a piece of twine or rope at all?
West.
Hey,
I'm becoming
That-
ropeless, but
that's the
okay,
real
yeah,
magic
I
right
do.
there.
Pick apart your rope some more.
Since I used some on my wrist, on the sleeve to make Cleo's, there should be some like strings and enough that I could, tear a strip and give to Vico.
Does this key have like a keyhole?
You mean at the top, like where you would put a chain?
Yeah.
Have we been saying the empty tomb? I think it's the empty grave. That's on me, right? Fact check me here.
No, I think I thought it was empty grave, and you corrected me that it was empty. Hold on, I have it in my Discord. Just a second.
The key does. It doesn't have what would be that exact thing, but the top of it is in the shape of a mausoleum with the door open and a black gemstone, making it look like it is open and empty.
Okay. I'm gonna put a piece of twine through that and tie it.
Okay.
So that's something to hold onto and just see if it like twitches in any one direction.
It is no longer moving. Did you check it, Cleo?
Yeah, it's empty grave.
Empty grave. Okay.
Yeah.
It's no longer moving.
I don't want to. Like, there's got to be a door in this room that key goes in. Let's just spread out and look for a door. And I like go over to the walls and I'm like looking
Pawing around.
for a door for anything that looks like a keyhole.
Okay. Roll discern realities plus wisdom. One of you last time, I think it was Cleo, did roll a check on this key, and the architecture of that tomb was very royal in nature.
Mhm.
The design of the tomb on it looked like a royal burial building.
What am I rolling again?
You're just rolling plus wisdom.
Oh, plus wisdom. Okay. 12.
Okay. You make a full and thorough search of this room. It is a large, the well in the middle is about 50 feet across, and you're able to walk around the entire thing. There are 4 small tunnels leading away that all just appear to be maintenance of some kind with sewer tubes and things. There are 2 larger tunnels with canals of water running down them. One you came through to get here. The other one is directly across it, and that seems to be leading. You find with a full roll, you would find a sign. It would be like a wooden sign, very old, hand carved, and in it there's a couple arrows that are eaten away with time and water damage. But on it there's a list of places, some of which are like fucked up and you can't read them. But there's one that says like Market Inlet, Drainage Delta. It seems like wherever that one is coming from, because both of these canals of water are leading to this well. That seems to be coming from the city itself. But there are no doors down here, especially none with a lock that would fit that key.
Well, I guess we just need to go look through a tunnel. Unless we want to investigate that octopus thing with all the tentacles.
There's pieces of it everywhere. When Waz took care of it, he nuked this thing. So it fountained
Blobs.
and covered this entire room.
When it was Shambling, the one that exploded in the tunnel, right?
You guys aren't sure what happened in that tunnel, but it was Shambling who you
Oh.
saw going down it.
But when we saw him before and he had that opening in him, was it the same kind of tentacle as the one we just encountered?
Yes. You've seen it twice.
Okay.
With him, and also when you were performing that ritual. The very first ritual that you performed when you started fucking around with blood magic, you were in a black space and the floor opened up and a tentacle
And
started
those
coming
came.
out of it. There's no reason not to tell you. I mean, they were like white tentacles. Both of those were considerably smaller than this thing, but they were the same.
It made a connection, but I'm still lost.
Should we split up? Is there 2 tunnels?
There's 6 tunnels.
Oh, balls.
One of which you came down already. The other ones seem like maintenance tunnels. It would be easy to get lost down here because it is a bit labyrinthian, but it would just depend on what are you trying to find? What is your goal?
Well, your vision that you saw tunnels, right? And the sewers when you did the blood magic.
I only saw different areas. We put a map down of the city in the surrounding area. In different places kind of appear, kind of like we're encapsulated in a color, and then by the end of it, everything all disappeared. It wasn't as detailed as I do not recall seeing the sewer.
Well, can we feel if one of the tunnels has a draft going through it so it looks like there's maybe some movement going on the other side?
Yeah, it would be the one across from you that would become the other like main tunnel with the water running down it. And Waz, roll just straight intelligence. It's for spout lore.
That would be a 6.
You are having trouble remembering exactly what happened during that ritual
Yes,
with
I
the
am.
map, but you do remember the sewers were a part of that. They
Would have been one of the. Okay.
name of several, but with the 6, you're like, fuck, what were the other ones? I wish I read them down. The sewers were mentioned there. They were one step of several leading outside of the city.
God, if it's the first step, got a lot to go. In what I saw, I kind of vaguely remember the sewers, but in terms of any of the other locations, I don't. It all happened so fast, and then a tentacle, almost looking like the ones we just fought, was trying to pull me down into an abyss.
Well, I say we just keep going forward.
You are all able to walk around the well and start heading down that tunnel. You pass the wooden sign that Dill found. It's a straight line, and again, like the tunnel that you took to get here, there's a canal of water running in the middle of it. stinks. Pretty sewer-y. There's pipes on the ceiling. Some of them lead off down some offshoots. But eventually, this leads to your first real change in scenery, which is a... Sorry, y'all. Trying to just get my thing to work correctly. It is a ladder. And there is another hand-carved wooden sign next to it with an arrow pointing up. This sign is also water damaged, though not as much. It seems like anything closer to that well really got the brunt of it. And it points up to something that says Market Inlet. And you can see that there are 2 alcoves here with pipes, a big accumulation of pipes coming down and then emptying into the canal.
What? Is that like where the sewage drains into and then it comes down here? Do we know where that is in the map, the palace map?
Roll intelligence for spout lore.
4.
You're not sure. You've been to the market plenty of times because that's where you usually pickpocket people, but you're not entirely sure what the Market Inlet is.
Okay.
If we start looking above, are there any kind of ladders that lead upward to
Yeah, there is one
to
ladder
a cap or anything?
right next to this sign that does go up, and you can see that it is capped by a grate. And you can see, and now that you're here, you can hear footsteps and a little bit of muffled activity. And there's just the faintest bit of light shining through a couple of the non-perfect seals and shadow passing over them.
I say we get above ground.
Yes, I would like to clean up.
Agreed.
Who's going up first?
1, 2, 3, not it.
I'll go.
All right.
I
Dill,
love
you
fun.
start climbing the ladder. When you get to the top, give me a strength check.
Is that 2d6?
2d6 plus strength.
4.
You get to the top, and there is a big metal manhole covering the exit. And you cannot, for the life of you, get it.
You need me to move it.
Oko, can you, if I crawl down, can you just crawl over me and just push it up,
Yeah.
please?
You can
Yeah.
hear, now that you're here, that there is definitely activity above. Pretty non-specific. It seems like there's a lot of different things going on, but you can hear all kinds of conversations, all kinds of movement. You can see through just like a lot of things disturbing the light.
I'm gonna climb up over Dill to get the manhole cover.
Okay?
I'm gonna open the manhole cover.
All right. You push it off. Yeah, I'm not even going to make you make a strength check. I don't know that you've failed one yet. You just push it off, and you can see several people jump out of the way, and you pop up into what is very clearly one of the busier side streets of the market. There are stalls lining both sides, covered in tarpaulin of different colors. It is getting on sunset, and so it's the lanterns around here are just starting to be lit, and one of the big features, prominent features of this market are the colored lanterns, and it's an industry in and of itself. They're all handmade with hand-blown glass that's been stained, and they are hung from every corner of every stall and across ropes that are hung over the streets, and it's something that the palace subsidizes, because it puts the entire market in this very beautiful, vibrant, colorful glow and allows the market to stay open into the first couple hours of evening. And as you come out of the manhole, one by one, covered in filth, except for Vico, who is spotless, you can see at first people just trying to get around you and continue about their business, carrying bags and boxes, and then a small group starts to form and watch as you all get up and kick the manhole closed and are standing there now in the market. What would you like to do?
I'm heading back to the palace to recuperate. The rest of you should do the same.
Head back where?
The palace.
Didn't we leave things sticky there?
Didn't you nearly
We're
die
going
down
there,
there?
Sticky.
What time is it? Is it daytime still?
It is sunset and closer to dark than not.
But it's winter, so it's like 5, 6?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Okay. Well, I still think we should go to the empty grave to get the contact at 10:23. What do y'all think about that?
Agreed. But raise your hand if you didn't nearly die down there. Bako raises his hand, looks at the others waiting. No. Yes or no. No, maybe.
I feel like I did, but I didn't. But I feel like I did.
We're going to treat that as a no. I'm going back to the palace. I urge you all to do the same before we go into another conflict and you all are left unarmed.
Fine. Do
Cleo.
the shower bath.
Maybe one of these vendors has an eye.
Oh, forgot I lost my eye.
That's on you to remember.
I acclimate quick.
Waz, you realize it takes a second and you were like, your amulets and talisman are gone.
He says still in my closet. Noted.
Sure, fine. Let's go back to the palace and clean up. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, we head back.
Okay, sure. Everybody roll a straight up wisdom check.
14.
9.
10.
8.
Cleo and Vico, who's holding that jar with the kidney in it?
I am.
Yeah.
You notice somebody bump into Dill. Dill, you notice as well. But Cleo and Vico, you realize when they are spinning off and apologizing, they are holding that jar behind their back. And they bow and then keep moving quickly and disappear into the crowd.
I'm going for a tackle.
Okay.
But I can pickpocket him.
They have disappeared into the crowd. So Vico sprints off. Roll a wisdom check to see if you can find them.
7.
You are looking through, and there are several different people who could maybe be them, but you are standing there now as, you know, so far you've just been in the palace as this campaign, but now you are in a market that is bustling. And as the dinner crowd is starting to pour into this place and the lanterns are being lit and it's getting all razzle-dazzled, you lose sight of the person who took the jar. And you feel a tug on your belt.
I look.
Just in time to see somebody pulling off your small coin purse. them turning.
I'm gonna grab him by the neck.
Okay, they rolled pretty bad, so you are able to grab them. You are now holding this person. They are probably 13, and they have wide eyes and your coin purse.
I'm going to take my coin purse.
They let go.
I'm going to tell them, put out your hand.
They do, but they're very untrusting.
I'm going to pour 3 gold pieces on it.
Okay. They leave their hand there, uncertain.
Close your hand. I let go.
They take off into the crowd.
I go back to the booth.
Okay.
Did you get the jar?
No.
Oh my god.
Did you do anything?
I can try to pickpocket them.
And you didn't come with me to try? To even look for them?
Yeah, I did. Did you find them? No.
You roll a wisdom check there, Cleo. We will say this happened simultaneously.
11.
Okay. You see the person with the jar running down an alley, and you slide into it and stop to watch them parkour over some crates, up onto a dumpster, and then onto some roofs. And you're just about to catch them when a second one runs by you with little 3 coins jingling in his hand, and he hops up onto the roof and follows the first one. They seem to meet with a third who leaps over the alley and meets with them on the roof and is holding, roll a perception check. Wisdom, please.
12.
A handful of amulets and talismans. They all confer quickly and start heading down the rooftops.
Oh, I recognize thieves.
I feel like they're ninjas.
I just yell out, "Oi!"
To them,
Yeah.
they
And then I give them the special, like, thieves hand gesture.
they like 2 of them want to run and the other one stops them, the one with the jar, and says back in the thieves' hand gestures, "What?"
You have my kidney. I need that.
He holds it up and like almost drops it. He obviously didn't look at what it was he was stealing, and says, "It's ours now. I think you understand that."
No, you don't understand. I need what's in the kidney. You can keep the kidney. I need what's in the kidney.
He looks at it, unscrews the lid, and throws the jar into the alley, and you see it smash. And then you're just watching this. He's just standing on a roof. And then you watch as he pushes the thing you corked it with out, blink, and then produces, and you can see him holding it up in the last vestiges of this sunlight as the sun sets, a huge ruby. And then says, "Thanks. I probably would have ditched this thing when I saw it was just a kidney."
What happened with the coin? Did it fly out?
Yeah, just ding, ding.
Okay.
There's like a pile where the glass shattered. There's the lid and the coin. It all kind of fell on the in the ground right below. And
My
he
kidney's
said,
cursed. Good luck with it.
he says, "Everything's cursed." Throws the gem up, grabs it, and then starts running down the rooftops.
I'm getting my coin back.
All right, you walk over and it's right there.
I can't be that mad. He's got style. But did he have any discerning traits, like physical attributes?
Interesting. This will be spout lore, so roll plus intelligence.
8.
You recognized that all three of them were wearing similar get-ups. They were each wearing like pastel colored tunics, but wrapped in like beige scarves. And they had sashes that were the same color. They looked to be in a cobbled together uniform of sorts, but you're not familiar with whatever this gang might be. But you can tell that the three of them were part of the same thing.
Okay, and they were all young, like teenagers?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, head back to the group.
Cleo comes back.
Wait, did he throw the kidney?
Yeah.
Okay, I grabbed that too.
Okay. Cleo comes back holding a kidney.
I hand it to Bako. Here you go.
I'm not taking a raw kidney. You can hold it yourself.
Well, what do you want me to do with it? I don't want to sit here with it in my pocket.
I
Here.
just said hold it yourself.
Just give it to me. I think I have another baggie or something in here.
Okay.
I pull out like a little bag. Plop it in here.
All right.
Did you get my talismans or anything?
They had your talismans? I thought they only had the jar.
Yeah, they got quite a bit. And Bako gave them like 3 gold coins.
Oh, Lord. Well, okay. So, no, I didn't get that. But I did notice they seem to be wearing some kind of uniform of sorts. So I think they're part of like a guild or gang. I don't know.
Great. Well, this is a concern for later on. You three need to rest.
Yeah. All right.
Heading back to the palace?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're able to get there no problem, and because you are known now, you don't get much grief re-entering. However, as you do come into the main hall and start to head up towards your rooms, where are you going?
I'm going to report to Stellar.
Okay. She is in the throne room, seated in the side chair with some advisors around her. They seem to be working, but you are admitted into the throne room. What are the rest of you doing?
Taking a bath.
Okay. Cleo goes upstairs.
I'm gonna ask Waz to walk me to my room. Hey Waz, listen, I wanted to talk to you about you know that dark skeleton type guy. Like, I just wanted to know like if you saw him, because I saw him. Would you walk me to my room? I just want like a couple minutes of your time.
Sure, we can talk.
Dill and Waz also peel upstairs. You are admitted into the throne room, Biko. We're gonna do your scene first. And Stellar looks up and asks for a second with her advisors, and they leave, and she beckons you over.
I approach.
Good news, I hope.
Sort of. No definitive ends, but Bako takes out the key. This was animated on its own and heading deep into the sewers.
She asks if she can take a look.
Of course. It led us to a creature down below. When we were fighting Chamberlain, tentacles were sprouting out of a hole in his side. Tentacles that matched this creature. It's dead now, and the key is no longer leading us anywhere, but no definitive leads based off this alone.
She takes a look at it. It's a 6 plus 2%. Partial success. She recognizes right off and says, this structure, this is a royal tomb. I've never seen it depicted this way with the black gem in our crest, and she looks around and then brings one of the advisors back over and asks for one of their, like, they've got just like pouches of parchment that they're carrying around. She gets one and unrolls it and shows you the family crest. She says, typically, when you see a depiction of the royal tomb, the door is closed and this crest, and she points to it, is on the front. She hands it back and dismisses them. I've never seen it this way, but this is certainly the royal tomb.
Then I believe that's where we need to go.
And you say this key drew you towards a creature in the sewers?
Yes,
What of the creature?
it's dead.
And the key no longer moves? And she,
Correct.
you could see her like, not cast a spell, but kind of like do a vibe check on it. Interesting. Well, it sounds like a trap. But if it's your only lead, it's fine. I mean, if this thing drew you to a creature and then once it was dead, stopped leading you somewhere, I think you were probably intended to face that creature, but no harm, no foul. Nothing came of it. Your friends are fine.
They are up. I'm not sure if they're fine.
What do you mean?
I'm sturdy. They are not. Even when it hit me, I could still feel the blows. It hit them, and some of them stopped moving for a time.
But you say they're up?
Yes. Cleo's missing an eye.
It seems as though the key accomplished something then.
Yes. I'm telling you now in advance before anything happens upstairs.
Okay. What of Waz?
Waz is fine as far as I can tell. Someone in the marketplace took many of his talismans, necklaces, but he is fine.
Any strange behavior?
He seemed to be holding back before.
When?
During the earlier fights, he's the one who got the killing blow on the creature.
Okay. Well, thank you for the report. Is there anything else I can do for you? We're a little busy still putting the pieces back together, but
No, just wishing to keep you up to date on what we are doing.
I appreciate it. She hands the key back to you.
Thank you. I bow and head upstairs.
Dill and Waz are making their way up.
What is it you wanted to know?
Well, can I ask you a personal question?
I suppose.
Okay. So just hear me out with this, all right? So like you remember that first spell that we cast together and our like staffs they touched and then there was like Wes, I just think that something happened between us and like ever since then, like I can feel you. And I know this sounds stupid and I have a feeling that you can feel me. Am I right?
I've been so focused on the mission that I haven't tried to feel anything. That's not saying I don't feel it. And maybe once this is all over,
that's cool. That's cool. Okay. Hey, Waz, like, what happened when you were laying there on the ground and your eyes were closed and you weren't moving? Where did you go? Tell me the truth.
I had to do something to protect all of you.
Yeah, because like you came back and you used some blood magic and you blew up that octopus tentacled thing. Like that magic was like a lot. So I just want to say thank you on behalf of everybody for like saving our lives and stuff. But like, whereas like you went and you went to the graveyard with the gates and that guy. Well, I don't even know if he's a guy, but he's like a skeleton thing with the like his hands all messed up. I think it's the same guy that like Chloe cut off his hand. You saw him, right? You made a deal with him, right?
I had to.
Oh, Jesus. Whereas I made a deal with him too. It was the only way I could come back. And now, like, he said I got the shadow thing, and like, what did you say? What did you agree to?
He would enlighten me on the teachings of blood magic. But I'm only going to use it to protect all of us.
You know what? I'm gonna protect you, okay? If you have all of our backs, I'm gonna have your back. Deal?
Deal.
And then I like quickly like jump up and kiss his cheek and I run in my room. Shut the door.
Okay. Vico, when you get to the top of the stairs, Waz is standing there, kind of stunned, alone.
Waz.
Yes?
You okay?
I've lost all my talismans. My robes are in shambles. I still reek of the sewer.
And you're standing outside of Dill's door.
And we're all safe for now.
Yeah? Are you okay, Waz?
I don't know yet.
What does that mean?
When we were fighting the creature, Dill and I both went to a place where we might have had to do things we didn't want to do. In my case, I did what I had to save all of us. You were doing a great job, but it was still...
DM, I'm gonna use Eyes Unclouded.
Alrighty.
Where I can ask, what here is evil and get an honest answer.
Okay. You don't even have to roll for this. This is so fucked up.
you. No.
In this moment, how would you go about that? Because I, even though there is no roll necessary, I do think that you would need to do something.
I'm just looking at Waz, at my colleague, and grabbing on my holy symbol and whispering to myself, Cerulean sister, what here is evil?
Whereas you see and hear this, But Bako, what you see is your vision unfocuses for just a moment, and you see at first, like you try and shake it off, and as you can see Bako, squinting and shaking his head for just a moment, but then when you open your eyes, you see standing before you, Bako, two of Waz. There's the Waz you know, except far less sewered up, in resplendent robes, holding wizard staff and an open spell book that seems to be glowing with this white light, and a smile on his face. And then standing next to him is Waz, seemingly the exact same image, with a smile on his face, except his spellbook is not glowing with that white light. And then your vision clears, and it's just Waz standing in front of you.
Looking at him, I'm going to take my sword off of, like the scabbard and all, off of my belt, and visibly toss it, like set it off to the side.
Okay.
And I'm going to walk towards him.
Okay. What do you do, Waz?
He's thrown the sword already.
Mm-hmm. And he's walking towards you.
Is he still in his armor?
Always.
I think
Yeah.
so, yeah. With the shield too, right?
Yeah.
I'd open my arms.
Okay.
I'm going to put my hand onto the shoulder of the rightmost Waz.
Oh, when you opened your eyes, there was only one standing before you, and it was that vision had cleared, and you can just see Waz, tattered robes, tired, grimy.
I'm going to put my hand on his shoulder then.
Okay.
My arms drop in defeat.
Okay.
I would hug you, but you're covered in sewage still.
That's fair.
You made a hard decision down there, didn't you?
It's never hard to want to protect your friends.
No. And it's very easy to set yourself up as the sacrifice. Yes?
Yeah.
Bako takes off a gauntlet.
Okay.
And starts to unwrap a hand. On one hand alone, you see tattoos of around 30 different names. Some of the tattoos still look fresh. You can give a lot. At some point, you won't have anything left to give. If you're not careful about the slope, you'll find out how wrong you were.
Do you think of all them every day?
I write letters every day. They only ever go to graves. my hand back up.
At least I've never forgotten.
For now. That said, what are you doing outside of Dill's door?
She wanted me to walk her back.
Oh?
She feels like we're connected.
Yeah.
And I want to feel it too. I just haven't had, haven't had the time to think about it. But I need a bath. And can I keep this on?
No.
Oh,
I put it back on.
shit.
Good night.
Good night, Pico.
You all return to your rooms. Cleo takes a bath. And
I bathe after her in a different tub.
you all have your own bathrooms. And the thing about these bathtubs is they're just the size of jacuzzis, but it's not that plastic modern thing. It is these giant stone basins. They've already been drawn for you, but by the time you get to your rooms, they are steaming hot, seemingly enchanted. There's like petals of different kinds of flowers floating around the top. And it's just like you walk into this room full of mist and this beautiful smell, and you're all able to take your time and bathe. You will not have. It depends on what you want to do. Are you intending to go to the cemetery this night? Okay. If so, you will not have an opportunity for a full rest.
No naps?
So what
You
happens
can
with our
take-
HP? Like I'm like 12 over.
You can take a nap.
Sometimes I take a nap and I feel more refreshed than a full night's
True.
sleep. Just saying.
Power nap.
You may take a nap and make a Constitution check.
Oh no.
For all you
Wow.
wizard folks out there, you
Uh-oh.
can choose to either get HP back or to rearrange your spells / erase any negative effects that you have. What did you
Any
roll?
negative
You
effect?
rolled 4. That's horrible.
I know.
You get 4 HP back.
Wait, but I'm okay. So I have. Okay, so I had 23 points of damage and my HP was only 16.
Oh, when you came back from accepting the bargain, you would have been full HP. Same with you other two.
Oh, okay.
Phew.
Yeah. So if you would like to, wizard folk, you can roll intelligence. Dill, in your case, it would be wisdom.
Okay.
Bako, what do you roll for magic? Wisdom?
I mean, I don't have spells.
Oh yeah, you just like smite shit. That's right. It's
Yeah.
all strength based. Weird. What a weird class. Yeah, you two are welcome to roll. Dill roll wisdom and Waz roll intelligence.
I get it. Deal.
I have 9.
And Waz?
10.
Okay. Waz, you are able to do a full magical recharge if you'd like and switch around spells. Dill, what is your magic situation like right now? Do you have any negative effects that have accrued?
No, I don't believe so. I've cast 2 successful use magic spells, so I have to cast 1 more to not have disadvantage?
Right.
I think that's all. That's it.
Okay.
You said it was a choice between HP and spells, right?
Yeah, but you would have been back at full when you also returned from the bargain. Same with Dill.
Copy.
That is something that I forgot. So,
Okay.
because you rolled a full success, you can have a full magical recharge. Dill, because you did not roll a full success, you cannot switch around your spells because you're just taking a cat nap.
Okay.
I don't want to scare anyone, but charm person is back, baby. I'm not rearranging shit.
Each of you receives a small knock on the door. It is just a wake-up service you all requested. And you are now awake at, we'll say, like 9:45 p.m. What would you like to do?
We got 38 minutes to get to the cemetery.
We could say you would have been able to wake up at any. Oh wait, we got a donation.
What?
What?
Wow. We got a donation from Keen456. Big old donation.
Woo.
2 Hey Listens for the party. So I believe you all get a advantage on a roll of your choice. Just bank those so the next time they can go to anybody in the party. And a bribery. What is the bribery?
I don't know. What's bribery?
Leo, if you wouldn't mind just figuring out what a bribery is for me. There's a chance it's just going to be me getting screwed, but that's okay. I can live with that.
It's trip hazard.
We'll say that you we wake up at 9, so you got an hour and 23 minutes to get to the cemetery if you so choose.
Okay.
Have
what would
we eaten?
you when you open your
I
door,
while taking a bath. I don't know.
there's a
about you.
little room service tray in front of each of your rooms.
Nice.
There's a little common room. You can all pick up your trays, sit them down at the table, and eat quickly as you discuss what you would like to do next.
Okay. I go like skitter over and sit next to Cleo and like tap her on the elbow and arm.
Hi.
And then I just whisper in her ear, I kissed Waz on the cheek. I kissed him on the cheek. It was good. I felt sparkly inside my body.
What did he do? Did he kiss you back?
No, I ran in my room. He didn't give him a chance. He said he was gonna think about our connection.
Oh. Well, that sounds promising. That's a really good reason for us to stay alive.
I think so.
Oh, well, I'm happy for you, Dill. That's awesome.
And then I like look at her eye, her little eye patch. Do you have an eye patch now, or do you still have the bedazzled?
I still have the bedazzled thing.
Damn right.
And then I just whisper, "What the fuck happened to your eye?"
Oh, well, when I died, I went to this weird place, and the guy that I cut the hand off, the skeletal guy, he took my eye. I'm hoping I can get it back.
And I just like stare at Cleo, just staring at her, and then I just slowly say, "What did you promise that psycho guy?"
Don't worry about it. I have it under control. I didn't have any magic, so he couldn't use that against me.
Leo, no.
Well, was that or die?
Okay, I understand, but you have to tell us what you promised him.
I can only tell one person, and it's not you.
Okay, fine, but
Just trust me.
who are you gonna tell?
I can't tell you that.
Shucks.
Don't worry about it. I got it under control, I think. Although it was really rude that he took my eye. He didn't take anything from you guys. Is it because I took his hand? It's because I took his hand, isn't it? Yeah. Eye for a hand, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Everybody roll 1d6.
4.
1.
6.
5.
All right, Vico. From Keen 456, as part of the bribery, Vico, you level up. It is an
Thank
auto
you.
level, a fast
Nice.
pass, as you might say.
Yeah.
Is your
leveling
strength
up.
now like plus 10? What is it?
Oh, no. Here's the thing. Strength isn't my main stat.
Let me know what your advancement is when you choose it.
Oh, yeah. No, automatically. Superior stat.
What are you putting it in?
Charisma.
Oh my god. That's
No,
your
+3.
that's your casting skill? Or
Oh,
your,
no. It's used for literally 2 things and 2 things only. I don't have
Okay.
spells, remember?
Okay. You don't have spells. A huge quotation marks.
Listen, there's a difference between using magic and being magic.
That is wonderfully said. Okay, so you're all sitting there. You now gather here. You see the girls just wrapping up a hushed conversation when you arrive at the table. What would you like to do?
Can we get a map?
Yeah, and
That can
horses?
Yeah, you could actually arrange for travel. You could get a carriage to take you where you need to go. And on your way to the stables, you are able to duck into one of several different administrative places in this and get a map of the city. So, Dill, you now have a map of the city. We'll abstract it. It will just allow you to kind of ask me questions about the larger location-based stuff and get to where you need to go easier. But you can certainly just ask for a carriage service to take you to the Black Dune Cemetery.
Would
Right,
Waz have seen the map at all? This new map?
Jill has it. She picked it up on the way.
Here you go, Waz.
And if I hold it a certain way, will something trigger in my brain from all the...
Why don't you roll spout lore plus intelligence?
That's a 12.
Yeah, you can see it. It's like this. It hurts. It's like this memory just kind of spikes you right behind the eyes. It's a jagged line for just a second superimposed over the top of the map. And
And
you
I
can
remember the
recall-
beginning and the end of it, right?
Yeah, it started in the palace, and it started in the palace, and it would have went palace, sewer, market, factories, cemetery.
So based on what I remember in the flash, I would push my finger against the map and say that was the last spot.
Yeah.
In the ritual.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can see it's jagged, but it is a beeline of sorts from the palace to the Black Dune Cemetery. Also, we got another donation from Blackfair, everybody's favorite Mark Thomason. Thank you, Mark. The message here being Waz and Dill sitting in a tree, KISSING, having fun family time, but missing seeing you all. Thank you, Mark.
And he bought a old friends. What's that? Is that a scene?
Thank you, Mark.
Leo, we are fucking helpless. So just hit me in the chat and let me know what's up. All right, so you go down to the stables and you're able to arrange this carriage. It is, for the sake of this, they have, several options. You can see that there is very, very, very gaudy carriages that could be used for any number of more pageantry. But there are several undercover carriages that anybody here can use. They would be for people not trying to draw attention. You hop into one of these, and they actually are pulled by camels, and they start plodding out of the gates. The guards open them and close them behind you. You can see the market down the hill in the distance. It is gorgeous, and it is full of every color on the spectrum. It is just glowing And then as you go around the curve, you can see the wall where the amphitheater was still destroyed. And they are working as quickly as possible to fix it. And you can tell magical methods are being used. Right now it is quiet, but the wall is being repaired and there is a full retinue of guards patrolling the area. And then you continue on a path which runs parallel to kind of the main city and curves around it and starts to head out of town. And that's where we're going to take our break.
Bye.
Yeah, bye.
In a minute.
Welcome back, everyone, to Void Jumpers, Sand and Flame, or whatever it's called. Why are you looking at me like that, Lisa Coronado?
I just realized I can move your guys' little pictures in Zoom.
Okay. Unimportant. So, as the carriage rolls to a stop, you can see out of the windows that you have approached the Black Dune Cemetery. There's a knock on the roof. Cleo and Vico step out, and the door swings closed as we honor Black Bear's donation request of 2 characters walk into a bar. Dill, Waz, you are left alone for just a moment in the carriage.
We're in a bar?
No, we're in a carriage.
Oh, okay.
Not you. You and Vico just dipped. Lisa Coronado, I was talking to you. Waz and Dill. I'm just double checking this. Waz and Dill are sitting in the carriage.
Oh, okay. Whew.
Not like a tree, as it was stated.
Not like a tree.
Are we sitting next to each other or sitting across from each other?
That's up to you.
Let's start across.
A marriage carriage.
Here.
Okay. So like, I'm like kind of looking out the window and
There's like fog rolling. Very, very 80s scary movie. You can see the wrought iron fence, maybe 20, 30 feet away from you. There's no lights out here, so the only lights from the moon, tombstones, mausoleum, sarcophagus raising out of the fog. Very reminiscent of the place both of you visited.
I go sit over next to her, next to Dill. I kind of follow her gaze outside and see all the fog and the tombstones and everything. And I say, it's all right to be scared.
what? Wait. What do you mean?
What I saw in my vision, in my ritual, this was the end. Here.
Oh,
Something's
it.
going to happen.
are you scared?
A little bit. I like to think it's what we do right now can really change things.
You know, Waz, you've already changed things. You really have. Like, you're a good friend. And you've really taken good care of us. So, whatever happens next, it's going to be okay.
I hope so.
I like slowly reach over and just grab Waz's hand, and I don't make eye contact at all. I'm just looking straight ahead.
Roll a wisdom check.
To find my hand?
Not you. Don't question me.
An
Don't
ethereal
question
hands.
my roll request.
What am I? 2d6 and what?
Wisdom.
And wisdom? Okay, 6, 7, 8, 9.
When you grab Waz's hand, there's a moment where you feel that prickly connection that was firmly established during this ritual. And the feeling you get is that it hasn't gone anywhere. And the way that you keep trying to explain to your friends that you can feel Waz, it's like you're just reaffirming that for a moment. And then you feel yourself being drawn into it. And it's very comforting. But then being drawn into it starts to feel like falling. And then you feel this empty place where that connection was. And you pull your hand away, and the tips of your fingers are very cold.
Don't you worry, okay? I got you. I know that there is something happening inside of you, and I can feel you, but you're not alone, okay? We're gonna get through this.
I squeeze her hand a little and say thanks.
Cleo and Vico, you realize that you are standing there outside the gates of the cemetery, just the two of you.
Outside the cemetery?
Mhm. You've exited the carriage, stepped through a carpet of like thick, dry ice fog on your approach, and you can just see it rolling out of the cemetery. And the big wrought iron gates, there's a sign above them that says Black Dune Cemetery.
So, Vico, I gotta tell you something. When I near died back there in the sewers, my soul or whatever was transported into this like weird holding place, and I was greeted here, it looked like this, with these gates, by that necromancer that we fought off in like yesterday. And he basically told me that I could return to my body if I agreed to give him something. And it has to do with you. I did. All I have to do is I said that you would go to the sorry, kitten, that you would go to the empty grave. You would enter it alone without your shield. But he didn't say you couldn't have your swords, and he didn't say that I couldn't warn you.
Why my shield?
I don't know. I mean, it's totally up to you. If you go in with your shield, I'll die, but that's okay, because I already lost an eye.
What? Why does he want the shield, though?
He doesn't want you to have your shield. There's some special thing about your shield. I don't know.
There's nothing special about this shield.
That was his...
I bought it 2 days ago.
Well, doesn't it glow? It glowed.
I make it glow.
Oh.
Does he really think the shield's magical?
I don't know. He just, that was his only request, was for you to enter alone without your shield. And I said, okay. But, you know, you still have a choice.
If I enter in there with people or with my shield, do you die?
Yes. Our deal is void.
Great. I take off my shield and hand it to Cleo.
They give it to me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Okay.
Cleo, you need to roll. I think this would just be wisdom.
Dumb.
I was going to say dexterity to see if she could hold it upright.
Strength, it's actually 5 kilos.
I'm 5'8". She's tall.
Yeah, I think. I think just wisdom.
Roll of wisdom. Okay. Oh, 13.
Um, you hold the shield, and you realize there is nothing special about this at all.
Okay. I knock on it.
Just a regular shield.
What? I don't know. I don't know what the shield was.
I'll ask. And I head towards the two. I head towards.
Oh, he did say one more thing.
Yes.
He said that blood was very important to necromancy, but the most important was purity, and you are the purest of pure. I was like, likely. Not likely.
I head in.
Okay. You walk into the front gates of the cemetery. They are unlocked, and you are able to just push through. You are standing at the bottom of a hill. There's a path that leads up it, flanked on either side by countless tombstones. You can see towards the top of the hill, there are larger plots that have above ground sarcophagus. And then crowning the hill itself, there is a separate gate. And behind it, larger structures, though you can't make them out as the fog seems to be thickest at the top of the hill and rolling down.
Mm-hmm. I guess I'm gonna go head up on that hill.
We're gonna run up that hill. Run up that hill.
Hey. So they take off into the cemetery. Waz and Dill, what are you doing?
We didn't overhear any of that. If they were right outside the wagon.
They were maybe like 15, 20 feet away.
Oh, okay. So we probably wouldn't have.
This carriage stopped a good 30 feet from the front gates. And the driver does not seem interested in getting any closer.
If I see them start to run away, I would get out and start to follow.
Okay. You guys hop out of the carriage and start to run up with them. As you get to the gates and are watching them go up the hill, Waz and Dill discern realities. We're going to take whoever scores higher. That's plus wisdom.
5.
9.
Waz, you can't see much in this light. Still, you do see movement. As you're looking on the side of the hill where all of these tombstones are, you see a dark shape bobbing up and down, moving between them, heading towards. It looks like a course to intercept Cleo, followed by Bako. Or I guess Bako, followed by Cleo.
Can I cast a spell?
You may.
Okay.
What would you like to cast?
I don't know. I don't really have anything. Can I use magic? Can I try to make something up with my intuition?
You may.
Okay. So I think that I want to like somehow use like the rocks and the stone in some of the you know, grave marks or the tombs to kind of like fly at the dark shadow approaching them to create some sort of kind of barrier between them.
Okay. You are going to roll to cast a spell at disadvantage because you are using magic and you've yet to pass your 3.
Okay, so wait. It's 3d6?
3d6, get rid of the highest, and then add your wisdom modifier.
Okay. Oh, 4. and add my wisdom. So that I have a 4, a 1, and a 1. So
Uh-oh.
that's a 2. Plus 2 is 4. Oh no.
You reach out to start to try and grab these grave markers. And there's just a second where you feel this presence behind you. And you turn to look and you see that necromancer standing with the skull face right over your shoulder. And you flinch. And when you look back, they're not there. Unfortunately, you have already cast the spell. Cleo and Vico, to your right, as you are charging up this hill, Kate Bush style, you see a blast of energy collide with one of these tombstones and rip it out of the ground. And that creates this wave that starts rippling through these tombstones and moving very quickly. You skid to a stop to see this just as a figure comes out of the shadows. They are holding a shovel and using it like a cane and hunched over, saying, "Wait, wait," as this wall of tombstones crashes down on them, flattening them, and all you can see is one single hand reaching out. And when you look at the bottom of the hill, Dill is standing there, hand extended, with a look of fear on her face.
I want to go help the person that's trapped.
Yeah, same here.
You cut into the gravestones, and there is this mound of them that's been ripped out of the ground and smashed here. And there is just a single arm reaching out from under them. Limp on the ground. What do you do?
Check for a pulse.
There is none.
Do they have a ring on their finger?
They have a pinky ring with a black gemstone set into it. And they also have a ring on their index finger that is a simple gold band.
I'll take both. I'll try to return it to whoever. Maybe they're married or they have kids or something.
She says out loud to Vico.
Yeah. I feel the need to justify myself to Vico.
I skitter up the hill.
Dill, when you get there, there is this mess of tombstones that you ripped out of the ground. And there is a single human arm limp reaching out of it.
Oh.
Holy moly, Dill.
You
What?
got- I saw this dark shadow heading toward you, and I was trying to protect you, and I don't know, something went wrong.
Clearly.
Dang it! Is that guy?
Yes.
Is that guy dead?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh
So
shoot!
bad.
I've never killed anybody before. Oh,
Well, now you have.
Waz, can you come up here and talk to this dead person to him? I'm sorry.
I run up behind. I pat her on the shoulder, and I contact spirit.
Okay. Would you like to cast regular or with blood magic?
Oh, regular.
Okay. You'll roll to cast 2d6 plus intelligence.
That is a 9.
Okay. I believe you need to choose one complication.
Yes.
You either take a 1 moving forward every time you cast a spell, you lose the spell after it's cast, or you can draw unwanted attention or put yourself in a spot.
I will draw unwanted attention.
Okay. Waz flips to the correct page in his spellbook and incants it. And then there's a shifting in the pile of gravestones. And then this outpouring of like a breeze at first, though it is very cold. And then purple, black, green smoke spirals out from in between them and hits Waz in the face and goes up through his nose and mouth and into his ears. And Waz, you lose all control of your body when you all see Waz go, wait! It's dangerous up there. I don't want anybody to get hurt. What? And is suddenly standing there looking down at himself and looking at all of you.
We're so sorry. It was a total accident.
What happened?
Mister, I thought that you were danger. You looked dark and menacing. I'm really sorry. I killed you.
Oh no. Really? And he turns to see the pile of tombstones and his knees get weak and he uses Waz's staff to hold himself up and you can see that he just sits down on the ground and, he tears up and he says, oh my.
Do you have a partner or children or anything?
No,
Oh.
I'm a very lonely old man. I work the night shift here at the graveyard. I don't have many friends. I spend most of my nights just here among the dead by myself. I saw you coming up the hill and I knew that there was trouble at the top because there's been things happening and I was trying my hardest to just rush out here and save you.
Sir, what is your name?
My name is Jasper. Jasper the Grave Digger.
Well, Jasper, we'll make sure that your body is placed in a very nice place in this graveyard.
Well, I don't really understand, but I guess I'll just keep this one.
Keep what one?
He is currently inhabiting Waz's body.
Oh, that's our friend Waz. You can't keep that one, but you could pick out your tomb. Where would you like us to bury you?
What? What do you mean?
Jasper, you're kind of under a spell. Just a temporary one.
I feel fine. I actually feel like his body's younger and stronger than mine, and it has arcane abilities. I feel like this is...
It's on loan.
Well, hold on. I came out here to help you, and you killed me.
Accident.
Yeah. You shouldn't run through the darkness with a shovel looking menacing. Like, it isn't very proper, Jasper. You should shout from afar.
We're not going to blame the murder victim.
All right.
Jasper,
Nicole, you're right. I'm sorry.
What were you trying to warn us of?
There's been strange happenings at the top of the hill inside the royal graveyard.
What strange happenings?
Well, I'll tell you in exchange for this body.
Oh no, sir. No. Because that is the body of someone I care deeply for, and I'm sorry, Jasper. I'm not prepared to spend the rest of my life with you. I want Waz back.
We have a kidney you could have.
That confuses me. Also, I don't know how to give Waz back.
What?
Oh, crap.
I didn't do this. I'm just here. It just happened. After I was murdered in cold blood. I didn't decide to do this. I have no control over what's about to happen.
Speaking of what's about to happen, I believe we're short on time, yes?
Oh, yeah. What time is it? We have until 10:23.
I start going up the hill.
Yeah, I guess I'll come with you. He starts following you up.
Welcome to the team.
Do I have any say in this?
Roll,
where is
roll an intelligence check at disadvantage.
Are they both sharing the same body?
Yes.
I mean, sharing.
No intelligence, you're saying?
Intelligence, disadvantage.
What does that mean? I just don't count.
You roll 3d6
Oh.
and kick out the highest.
That would be a 3, a 5, and a 5. So 10. Plus
okay.
intelligence?
Yeah, plus intelligence.
12.
It would be 8 plus your intelligence, but that still is a full success. Because you get rid of your highest roll.
Copy, sorry.
So 5 and a 3 plus your intelligence. It's still full success. Waz, you for just a moment are able to feel yourself in this cocoon of that black, green, purple smoke. And you can see 2 feet sticking down into it and realize you have your form in this place, and there are these 2 feet, no shoes, no socks, pale white feet sticking down.
Do I climb or do I pull? Can I yank at the ankles and then start to climb?
Yeah, give me a strength check.
Oh God. Am I at a negative in strength? Oh, I'm not. That's an 8.
Okay. All of you, as Vico says, "Welcome to the team," and turns to walk up, you hear this fellow, Jasper, say, "I'll come with," and then he goes, "Ah!" And then Waz's body just freezes like that. Waz, you yank down on these ankles, and this person, who is a short, older man with a bit of a hunch in the back and a shovel in hand, collapses onto the ground in front of you in this strange space and says, "Oh," as he gets up, dusts himself off, "You're him."
I am.
"Well, look, your friends, they took my life. And somehow I'm still here, and I got a chance, a new chance, for a younger body. And I'm going to take it."
But that's my body you're trying to take, and I'm prepared to defend it. Is he still holding a shovel?
He is, and he's now lifted it up into a less supportive, more aggressive stance.
Can I grab it with one hand and just push it into his face?
Sure, that'll be, I believe, just a hack and slash roll. So, roll plus strength.
It's a 6.
And what did we see? He's just paused mid-run.
Yeah, he's just like this. He went, "Ah!" And he's just standing there. Like 1,000-yard stare. Body is frozen.
Oh no.
He steps back. Can't get too much of a swing because your hand's on it, but you're unable to push it. And he brings it with a short swing and deals 1 damage to you, Waz. Bonk, as he bonks you in the shoulder with his hammer, and now he's trying to maneuver you backwards so he can get a better swing.
I feel like if we're both in my body right now, magic missile would not be a good idea.
That's your call, buddy.
I'm gonna take. So he's lining up to come and swing at me.
He's just kind of like you got a hand on the shovel and he's pushing you. He just bopped you and he's trying to get back so he could swing. But he's an older guy. He's not too strong, so he's having trouble getting space.
Okay. I'm gonna hold with one hand and then use my staff to bonk him on top of the head.
Okay, that will be another hack and slash plus strength.
A 5.
Wait, we have advantage. We have an advantage point.
Goddamn Jasper.
Would you like to roll a second time for your advantage, or roll one more dice?
Yeah, so it's what, just a 1d6?
You will roll a 1d6, and of the 3, you will get rid of the lowest roll this time and add your strength to it.
Do I re-roll the whole thing? Or
Yeah, go ahead. Especially because
Okay.
this was from a donation. Roll at advantage, add your strength.
okay. So of those two, a 5 and a 1, and then the other one is a 6.
All right, so that will be an 11.
An 11 and then 1 strength makes 12.
So 12. All right, so roll your damage dice, which is a d4. And you can either evade, prevent, or counter the enemy's next attack, or you can strike hard and fast and deal an additional 1d6 damage, but suffer an attack.
The second one.
Okay, so
I want Jasper out of me.
roll a d6 and a d4.
Oh, okay. All right. D6 is a 5 and D4 is a 2.
So 7. You step back and just clang Jasper in the head with your staff. And then all of you see Waz go, "Oh!" And then this pouring of black and green and purple smoke comes out of his nose and mouth and ears and swirls back into the pile of tombstones and extinguishes. And Waz, you are back in your body.
You okay there?
I think so. Is Jasper gone?
Sounds like it.
You look down and there's just a little arm sticking out of the pile of tombstones.
Well, I guess he took his last wish to his grave.
Did he say where he wanted to be buried?
I didn't have time to ask. He was too busy trying to claim my body.
Oh, that's awkward.
Yeah.
This has been a very traumatizing few minutes for this old man. I'm going to continue on up the hill.
The rest of you follow?
Yeah.
Okay. When you get to the top of the hill, you're greeted with a strange sight. You'd seen these things once before. They appeared during the first session during that big fight, but there was a lot of stuff happening and it was kind of a small moment. But at the top of the hill, there's a thicker accumulation of this fog, mostly on the ground. It's about knee-high up here, though, and pouring down the hill. Behind this second fence, which has a much more ornate top that incorporates a lot of, like, pokey points to deter anybody from climbing it, you can see several dozen of these mausoleums. They look about big enough to comfortably house one of the sarcophagus that you walked past on your way here. A single per. And they all are closed with the crest of the Summoner's family, as Stellar showed Vico earlier. But floating amongst them, there are these green tinted spectral forms. They're ghosts. A bit more Casper than like Frighteners. So they just do have kind of a sheet look to them, but they do float among these mausoleums. And when you crest this top of this hill and approach the gate, which you can see is closed and locked with a huge linked chain and deadbolt, the ghosts all turn and start floating towards the gate and then line up in front of it and stop and they are all just staring at you with these large black orbs. So their body is transparent and green and very spectral, but all of them have these big eyes, these big black orb eyes that seem to be much more substantial than their spectral form. And they are all just in rows, a couple dozen of them floating there on the other side of the fence watching you.
They actually do anything to us, or they just like go right through us?
I guess I would ask you, do you let's just have you spout lore first. Roll plus intelligence.
8.
Has Cleo ever seen a ghost before?
No.
You pick up a rock and flick it, and it right through them. But you've little experience with ghosts.
What's the point of them? Are they just here to scare people off? They can't actually hurt us.
They're just floating.
Can they talk? Hello? Excuse me?
One
What's your
just
name?
went into me.
You see one of them raise a hand, not quite a wave, and open their mouth, and it's moving as though they're speaking, but all you can hear is this almost sub-audible. And they seem to be trying to communicate with you, but there's nothing.
Is this normal? Is this normal? Have you guys ever seen this before?
I haven't. Would the same number of ghosts be reflective of the first battle we experienced?
No, you wouldn't need to count. You're talking about like the amount of skeletons that there were?
I was wondering if this was their actual spirits. And,
No.
yeah. Okay.
Well, the connection is not obvious to you whether or not they are, but there were far more skeletons in that arena than there were ghosts floating here.
Gotcha. So that wouldn't have that connection. Okay.
And we have a key?
You do have a key.
The cow has the key, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we just see if it opens one of these mausoleums.
I will wait. Do any of these sound as being, a royal mausoleum?
They roll discern realities.
That's going to be a 10.
They all have the same appearance. They all would fit that bill. I should say that their basic construction is the same. They all have that like royal architecture. They have the same lines that you see everywhere in the palace. The tops of them have different moldings representative of different types of elements or things from nature or animals, or some of it looks like arcane runes. But every single one of them, the door is the same and has the summoner family crest on them. You can't see all of them from where you are standing, but enough of them have the exact same door that you're pretty sure they're all the same.
Gotcha. And like what Stellar pointed out, I can't use that to try and find the right place.
You'll have to get closer.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm gonna go look around then.
Okay. You approach the gate, and when you push it, you can see that the chain and lock on it are very tightly bound to deter people from coming into this place.
I'll undo does this key fit into that lock?
You try, and it does not. It seems to be the design of the key seems to be far older than this lock. This lock appears to be rather contemporary in design.
Gotcha. Is this like a little padlock?
Mhm.
I'm gonna try and yank the padlock off.
Okay. Roll a strength check. Bako takes a hold of this lock and just, and you can see the gates bow outwards and the chain go to the extent of it, but it is a monster of a lock, protecting the royal burial ground, and you are unable to just rip it right out.
Troubling.
And you hear this as this gate settles back, and that kind of echoes through the graveyard. And then it gets quiet, and then you hear, "Who's there?" from back down the path that you walked up to get here. And then very slow, careful footsteps. What do you do?
I want to go approach where that voice came from.
You go down the path, and then you see two figures about 5 feet apart coming up, and when they see you, they stop. They are wearing long black cloaks with hoods, and they say, "Who's there?"
Who is asking?
They head different directions and disappear into the gravestones, splitting off to either side of the path, and you lose sight of them in the fog.
I have a key for one of the doors in the royal mausoleum. Can either of you help me get to it?
Silence.
Great. I head back to the gate.
Okay. Your friends are there waiting for you.
Any luck?
No, but we have at least 2 people watching us.
People or ghosts?
I can't tell the difference at this point.
Can
No?
anybody pick the lock?
Oh. Yes.
Roll it.
Right.
You got these tools.
Oh, that's tricks of the trade. Okay, it's not it. Oh, I do have advantage. Do I use it. 12.
Okay. Cleo just pulls a thing out of her hair and just very deftly picks the lock.
With one eye.
It falls open and thumps into the dirt, and you crunk, 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 pull this chain through the thing, and that sound is just echoing through the graveyard, and you push open the gates. They swing through the ghosts who are just lined up in front of this gate, and
Excellent. Bako's gonna move up and up to the gate.
the ghosts are completely blocking the path, and there's a couple rows of them. They're probably about 10 feet deep of ghosts. How do you want to proceed?
I will try and put a hand through one,
It goes right, where on the ghost?
just on the shoulder.
It goes right through. Feels very cold.
Cool. I'm gonna roll to fend,
Okay. Roll it.
which uses my charisma, bringing a 7 up to a 10.
Okay. You are defending. What would you like to do?
I'm going to spend readiness to blaze with righteousness, making all demons and undead recoil from my presence.
Okay. Where is this radiant light going to emit from?
It's going to emit from my sword.
Okay. And you can see the ghosts disintegrate in the air, except for the black orbs of their eyes, which start to, as these spectral forms burn away, the path is now carpeted with these black orb eyeballs.
Are those actually eyeballs?
How do you want to check?
I'm gonna bend down and look at one.
They do appear to be eyeballs. They're a little wet and a little sticky, and they have some of the dirt is now sticking to them. But they are, as you blow away the fog, they are these strange jet black. You know, there is no, you know, our eyes have so many different things going on. There's none of it. They're just solid black orbs, but they do appear to be eyeballs.
Disgusting. I move forward.
You start to walk through them.
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody follow?
Yes. Begrudgingly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I lift my stuff up again. My robes.
Dill and Waz move to follow them, and Cleo, you do too. But as you go, you hear Cleo. From behind.
I turn around.
There is one of the ghosts who floats out of the fog and just says again, you can see their mouth moving a lot, as though they are saying a lot of things, speaking clearly, but all you hear is see. And they reach up and pluck out their left eyeball and extend it towards you.
This is handy. I need an eyeball. And they said what to me? Sing?
See.
See. I go to grab it, but it's a ghost, so I don't know what to expect.
Your hand passes through theirs and it is cold, but you are able to get a hand on the eyeball itself. And it is damp and squishy, and you delicately cup it, and you are now holding it. And when you do, the ghost disintegrates as though being blown away by a breeze, and its second eyeball drops to the ground. And you are now holding this orb.
I turn. Hey, Dill?
Yeah?
Could you come here for a sec?
Okay. What's up?
Can you put this eyeball in my empty socket?
Oh, sure, girl, no problem. Here, just
Okay.
tilt your head back. Give me the eye.
Okay, here you go.
Okay, I'm gonna just hold your eye open and I'm gonna just plop it in, okay? It's gonna hurt for just a second. And
Oh,
I just
Jesus,
kind of
okay.
like pulled it from the sides and just went.
Okay.
Ah,
Dill, give me a
Oh,
a
dexterity
roll
check.
for it? Oh, God.
She's putting a foreign eyeball into your eye socket. She's gonna have to at least roll dexterity.
Okay.
okay, so 6, 3 plus 1, 10.
It doesn't hurt at all, Cleo, but
Oh,
the
okay.
second it goes in, you get this splitting pain. It feels like a migraine because you can see immediately out of this eye, but what you see out of this eye is very different than what you see out of your regular eye.
Oh, Lord.
And when you close that eye, your regular eye sees fine. And when you close your regular eye, what you see is the cemetery as it is, though it is in photo negative. All of the eyeballs on the ground are these glimmering precious gems. The doors to each of the mausoleums have what looks like iridescent blood X'd over them. And Vico, his sword, unlike you had, like when you open your regular eye, his sword is blasting this radiant light. And when you switch to view it through this new eyeball, the sword is inert and his body is glowing. And you can see the source of it is his heart.
He really is pure.
Who?
The cow.
Really?
I harshly judged him. I shouldn't have done that.
Well, do you see something?
Yeah. So I can see all the eyeballs turn to gems. Amazing. And there's like stuff written in blood on the mausoleum doors.
You can't see all of the doors from where you are, but the ones that you can see, it's though this glowing, glittering blood has been, with a paintbrush, sloppily X'd over them.
Just X'd? That's it?
Yeah.
Do all of them have an X?
You can't see all of them, but you start to wander towards Vico and Waz, who have moved forward. You two turn around to see Cleo kind of like stumbling through this field of eyeballs, popping them under her feet, and she has one of them now in her left eye socket and is looking at the different mausoleums. You can see at the end of the path that you're on, there is a much larger structure, but the door to it also has an X over it. And off to the side, there is one of the less descript one of these mausoleums. All of the lines are royal, but the top has no ornamentation. There is no X over the door, and instead the door itself shimmers.
I found it.
You found an eye.
Well, yes, I found an eye. How's it look? Does it match?
Not at all.
It looks great.
Okay.
Very
Doesn't
thick.
look obvious that I have a ghost eye?
No, not at all.
You all could see like this black liquid starting to leak out of it.
Just don't cry a lot.
Okay, well, I can see weird stuff out of this eye, and all the doors have like these X's on them, except that one. It's just like a shimmery door. I think that's our sweet spot. I think that's our door. Also, Pico, I misjudged you, and I'm very sorry. You are pure of heart.
This is awkwardly personal. Which door?
The one right behind you. Turn around.
Cleo, while you're standing there talking to Vico now, face to face, you have a much clearer picture of what it is that you're seeing. It isn't that his entire body is glowing, it's that you can see the pathways of his veins through his entire body, and the blood coursing through them is glittering. and
Sparkly like a vampire?
beautiful and radiant. A different kind of sparkly. It's like you're looking at a map of a human's cardiovascular system, except it is done in radiant light. And you can see now the sword, his armor, everything else. There's nothing going on. There's even a holy symbol that he's used several times in front of you. It isn't anything, but his blood is just radiating.
Are you human? What?
Yes.
Unlike any human I've ever seen.
People are unique.
What?
People are unique.
Most people's blood doesn't glow in radiant light.
Neither does mine.
Yes, it
I
does.
go to the door.
Okay. When you get there, you, Vico, just see a mausoleum, and it just doesn't look as fancy as the others. There's a place above it, like a placard in the door jamb above the door that just reads, I think it just says like groundskeeper unknown.
Wait, is this where you have to go by yourself?
Probably.
Oh. team, can we let Mako go first?
Why does he have to go alone?
Well, because I sort of made a deal with the Skelly boy, to come back to life, and I said yes. So it was basically that Mako had to go in there by himself. But he didn't say I couldn't warn him, so it did. And if we go in there with him, it voids my deal, and I'll probably drop dead.
But why does Mako have to go in?
He said that he's pure of heart, and that's the most powerful fuel for a necromancer. So now that I said that out loud, that sounds really bad.
And are you sure he said that Mako has to go in alone?
Alone without his shield. So,
Man.
can we do like a walkie-talkie or something? Can we somehow talk to each other?
I want to cast a spell on Mako before he goes in.
Okay. What spell?
I want to do Rebuke Anathema to whatever that is.
Okay. You're gonna need to roll.
Okay. Okay, so is it plus wisdom? Or is it...
It is plus wisdom.
Okay. So... 5, 6, 9, 10, 11.
The code. Dill approaches you and warms up the fingers.
I have to show a symbol of my god, so it's like I get all my herbs out and I have a little herb bundle that I show.
It is very fragrant and it smells amazing. And she waves it around you, and that fragrance becomes a visible curl of smoke, which wraps around you, Bako, and then settles.
Is it done?
Well, yeah, it's it isn't the strongest spell, but I'm just hoping that it'll give you a little protection in there. Good luck, dude.
Sure. I open the door. I take a step in.
The door is locked, but the key does fit here. When you do, there is the rumble of inner machinery, and the doors slide open. Inside, there is no sarcophagus. There is a staircase leading down.
I take a step in.
Okay.
Cleo,
Yes?
do you want to risk something?
Do I want to risk something?
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
Can you toss me my shield?
He's already in.
I believe you're just standing on the top of this, the top stair.
Yeah, I'm inside the framework of it.
You really think this is okay?
I don't know one way or another. It's not my bargain that I made.
He really said not to enter with the shield. And you said the
I've
shield...
already entered, though.
Oh, I thought the shield wouldn't do anything.
Boo, you're holding the shield. Nothing about it seems special. But as you look at Bako, you can just see every piece of this kit that he's carried with him. None of it seems special, including the shield. But you can, if you look at him too long, your friends see your eyes watering and this black juice coming out of the other one, of this vibrant, glowing blood that is just pouring through his veins.
Enters without his shield. I suppose you entered without your shield. Well, sure. If you need it, I'll toss it to you.
It's up to you.
It's up to you. It's your armor.
It's a piece of equipment.
So you want me to toss it to you to give the middle finger to him because his logic was terrible?
Yeah.
Cool. I'll toss it to him.
It passes through the threshold. Bako grabs it. Nothing happens.
I'm still alive, so
Right. I head downstairs.
As you go down the stairs, there are braziers on the wall that catch as you pass each threshold. And you can see in line with them, there are regular stone steps, and then in line with these braziers, there is black stone. And as you cross each of these thresholds, there is a light, but it is a swirling green and purple flame with thick black smoke pouring off of it. And you all watch as Bako walks down these stairs. And when you get to the bottom, Bako, there is a second set of doors. These seem to be comprised entirely of a perfect cut black gem surface. And there is a key hole near the middle crease. They are split down the middle like the doors that you used to get here. These do not have a crest. They are just, the idea that there could be a gem this large, the size of a door, is pretty wild, but it is a perfectly cut, reflective black surface.
Gotcha. I'm gonna set my shield down and see if this key opens that door.
It does. You click it, and again there is the... And the doors slide open. There is a veil of moving fog obscuring what's on the other side.
Bako enters.
Bako steps through the fog. You find yourself in that limitless space. There is the black wrought iron fence, similar to the one that you used to get into the cemetery. But there is no fog here. There is no grass. There is no dirt. There is no path. There is only darkness, a fence, a gate, and in the background, the silhouette of many gravestones and sarcophagus and mausoleums. And standing there is this skull-faced necromancer. And he says, "Well, that didn't go quite as I had hoped."
What of your plans has gone according to plan?
It is just a few outlines I was following. It was really just a couple catalysts I set off, and I was seeing what I could facilitate at this moment. But you weren't supposed to be here.
No.
No, I suppose that's the problem with being cryptic.
Clarity is key, after all.
If you don't mind, I would like to talk to you, frankly.
Go for it.
Well, I'm curious, Bako. I've had a moment to speak with each of your companions, but I would love to hear what it is you're after. While Cleo is an anomaly to me because I don't quite understand why she's doing what she's doing, you are an anomaly because your fate is being shielded from me by a light so bright I could never hope to look at it.
So why do you keep trying?
Well, curiosity killed the cat, as they say, and I'm obsessed with death. But I don't like that you are being hidden from me. Every other piece of this puzzle I could find and assemble as I saw fit, but every step of the way, you have foiled me, time and time again. What is it you're after, Vico?
What does it matter?
Well, you're the one that got away. You see, we made quick work of Vikel. It was easy to stack the deck. You see, people want to destroy themselves. They only need the opportunity. Look at your friends. I haven't had to do anything. They've found a way to throw themselves at danger time and time again without any clear leads. Hell, I offered them bad deals and they took every single one of them. Waz pretended to flip-flop, but it was an easy sell to get him to do exactly what I needed him to. Except, again, you are here. The Fallen Kingdom was because of us. It was the first of many. This city will fall next. But you, Vico, you, if you don't mind, and he claps, your armor disassembles and lifts off of you in all of its pieces. The connection's gone. It floats away from you and just hangs in the air. And then he says, I think we're past modesty, and snaps. And all of your bandages start to burn and unravel. Are the tattoos that were visible on your hand visible on the rest of your body?
Yeah.
He just kind of moves his finger in the air, and you can feel them heat as they start to glow and move. And each name, for a moment, just is highlighted. And he says, there shouldn't have been a canvas to paint these names. The city was supposed to fall, and you with it. You're nothing special, or at least you weren't. Except you survived. And in doing so, here we are. So what is it you want? Vico.
We're talking plainly?
I would hope so.
I don't know. I moved across the desert and my body wouldn't give out. The names appeared one by one weeks afterwards. I come here to this city, my goddess gives me her symbol again, and I come here to look for these people who have such control over the world that have let my city fall. I don't know what I want. Does it really matter?
I hope so. It seems like a lot of trouble if it doesn't.
I am an average citizen of Vakel. Trouble is what I seek.
He snaps, and there's a flutter as the bandages appear out of this ripple of smoke and wrap themselves around you again, and your armor reassembles over you. Vengeance? Justice? Peace?
If I sought out vengeance, I would have pursued you people directly. If I wanted peace, I would have stayed in the desert.
Justice, then?
For who?
I don't know. As I
Should
said,
Should I be a child and lash out wantonly? You took my people, my king, my wife, my kids. If I clung to an ideal, that'd lose them too. So I'm here as someone employed. feels good that my employer has set me against you. I unsheath my sword.
He just stands there for a second, and he says, I had a feeling it would come to this. Might I make you one final offer?
Sure.
He holds up a hand, and you can feel the heat again in the same fashion as when each of those tattoos were given a moment to be highlighted. And one by one, they're plucked off of you. It's a gentle sensation. There's no pain. They come off easily, as though a leaf has been set on your skin and then pulled away. And one by one, these tattoos are removed. And there's a curl of purple and green energy as they are. And as he spreads his hands, one of which is the gilded skeletal, those names begin to take shape behind him. And each name becomes a face, and then a head and a body. And they are spectral, but each name becomes a person. And standing behind the necromancer, there are all of the people whose names were tattooed on the body. And he says, there is no control over there, but there is bargaining. What if I were to tell you that I could return you to all of those people you lost? I could give them back to you with a snap of my fingers.
I would say, do you know anything about the faith?
A little.
We all choose when we leave the bonfire. When I came home, 2 of your people were dead on the floor. It would be a shame if I can't leave even one when I fall. I go to hit him.
Roll it. Hack and slash.
Smite.
Yeah, baby.
Holy shit. I got a 14.
Okay. I believe you get to choose some extras. Do you want to evade, prevent, or counter the enemy's next attack, or strike hard and fast for an extra d6 of damage?
With Smite, I get to choose an extra thing of, I'm going to suppress one of its unnatural powers.
Okay. You bring the sword down and cleave into the necromancer, who was spinning around and pulling his hands apart to cast a spell. The sword bursts with radiance, cleaves the spell in half. So there is an explosion of dark energy, and the sword sinks into the chest of the necromancer, who wheels backwards. Their blood is pouring out of them, and you can see them now smiling, and they are laughing. And they drop down to a knee, and they say, there is no escaping death, but there is bargaining. And he just rips his hands forward, and his torso explodes, and the blood pours out and swirls into a tornado. And when it clears, there is only the necromancer again. Face no longer painted in that of a skull. Robes no longer black, but tatters. And they're holding a shovel. and a satchel over their shoulder, and they say, "Well, I guess I played that one wrong." And then there's an explosion, and all of you outside the mausoleum. It backs up. Bako steps through the door at the bottom of the stairway and disappears from sight. You've very little time to think about that because a faint cry escapes from Cleo's lips. And then she drops to the floor, dead. Seconds later, the mausoleum explodes in a fountain of blood and bright, radiant light. Blackout.
Oh,
Great.
that was a risk.
Yep.
Ooh.
What a dumb risk. We didn't even get anything for it. Damn. Damn, Jesse. That was dark.
It was.
I don't even know what to say. Am I not going to be here next week? Who knows?
Dead. Okay. My part's done. Lisa. Sex stuff.
Okay. Thanks everybody for hanging out so much. Thank you to Leo coming in and running tech today.
Yeah, Leo!
Yay, Leo!
We adore Leo. And thank you to Mark, who usually is here and was in here in chat. We love you, Mark. Thank you for the donations that came in. We got two. Came from Keen and came from
Mark.
Yes. Thank you so much. Those helped out a ton.
Keen 456!
Yeah, we got our scene. We got some advantage points. We got a level up, Vico. Thank you so much to Paladin for playing Vico. I don't believe Paladin's going to be at a con next weekend or an expo.
Yeah, next week I'm going to be at PAX Unplugged.
Oh,
Yes.
hell yeah.
So the Paladin's character is up in the air of where Vico went. We're not sure where Vico went. But we so appreciated playing with you. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Hopefully we'll get to find some time in the future to figure that out. And we would love to know where people can find you, starting with Paladin.
Hey, I'm Paladin. You can find me as HTT Paladin on Twitter, Instagram. Don't find me on Facebook. And Hive.
Yes, Hive. Jesse?
Jesse, it's at Jesse_Keeter on Twitter.
Lisa?
Just come find me on Instagram under Lisa Levan. That's where I'll be.
Andy?
Vico will appear in Void Jumper's Infinity War. I'm just going to say that. Armored Andy on Twitch, Armored Andy on Twitter until it implodes, and then Hive as well. Hive. Zzz. Lisa.
Awesome. You can find me on Instagram at Lisa Coronado 16 or Lisa I can't remember. Just look Lisa Coronado. I'm on there. Also on Twitter, Lisa Coronado, and Hive, same thing, Lisa Coronado. And then also on Twitch, I'll be back to streaming next month under Hey Smalls with the Z. We will be back next week. It's our final episode. See what happens. We're very excited. Thanks everybody for hanging out.
Thanks, everybody. I miss you already.
Bye.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.